What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mr. Casserole show. Danny's not here tonight. We're gonna have new guests coming on the show sometime next month in April. So y'all stay tuned and check that out. You know what I'm saying? More guests on the way. Um, in other words, many local rappers, you know what I'm saying, we gonna have on here so y'all can get, a good view of everything that's going on around us right now. I'm a little drunk, so my words are kind of like not there. Yeah, shout out to all my niggas, you know what I'm saying? I just spilled some fucking beer. Right now, I'm not doing no features right now. No features. I don't charge for features. I don't do that shit just because I'm not up there like that. I don't do that shit. I feel like if you're gonna charge for features, you need to be well known. You can't just be some random ass nigga charging features. And I'm a random nigga and I can't just be charging features like that. So that's what I think about features. Seriously, if you're gonna charge somebody for a feature, you gotta really have some type of resume on your shit. You can't just be some random ass underground nigga coming out of nowhere talking about, you charging $50 a feature and shit. Like, that shit's just whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas starting to act Hollywood with that shit. $50, like, really, for a feature, and you ain't even known like that, and you ain't even registered? No way. Shit. And another reason why I don't charge for features is because I'm not registered yet. And most of you thinking, well, damn, nigga, you need to get registered. You've been rapping for 5 years and you still ain't registered. Yeah, that's true. I still ain't registered, but I'm gonna do that when that PC to DC comes out. When that PC to DC comes out, y'all need to go check that shit out. Shout out to my nigga Oliver Moody. Shout out to my nigga Pyrex. UAJM. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with those producers. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me sound like me. You know what I'm saying? I find the beat, if the beat matches my style, then that's me right there. 9 times out of 10, I get beats from those guys. I usually don't browse around anywhere else, just them. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's about it. When I first started rapping, this was like, what, 2015? Right, 2015 right here. And I met somebody by the name of Daniel Orzoko or some shit like that. And he heard my Domestic Terrace EP off of a Facebook group back in 2014. This was like fall of 2014. And he told me that, he knows somebody that has a studio. And that he would like for me to link up with them. And I was like, you know what? Sure thing. Ain't no problem with that. But I didn't start recording until many months later, which was in October of 2015. So that was about almost a year later when I got into the studio, when they first invited me to the studio. That's when I started working on Drunken Killah. The first few tracks I worked on was No J with my nigga Harvey. That was a diss track to some nigga named J Herbs. Now, you niggas might want to know, why did y'all diss J Herbs? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all a story. J Herbs was a longtime childhood friend of Zemni. Y'all might know Zemni, you know what I'm saying, from 6th AVE. Long story short, one day he skimped out Zemni. And, that's a big no-no, especially if you're cool with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know somebody. You know that person and shit. So, this nigga J Herbs was a bitch-ass nigga and was like, you know what, man? Here's your gram. Fuck you. And just left. And Zemni was trying to make amends. Smoke a blunt with him, try to be cool with him and shit. None of that happened. So time goes on, Zemni tells me what really happens. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up, because J Herbs, on the other hand, told me he didn't even want to do the Drunken Killah EP. He didn't want to get a feature on the Drunken Killah EP. And to be honest, I was going to give that nigga 2 to 3 features. I'm not even bullshitting. I was going to give that nigga 2 to 3 features. He didn't want to do it. didn't want to fucking go on with it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. So me, Zemni, and Harvey, we go to the Rise 13 studios and we lay down that diss track. No Jane, that's how it came about. That was one of the first tracks. One of the first tracks that I can remember recording was Tip Top, Addresses, South Hills, Eclipse Tower 37. Later on, it was like Seldom, Recognize. And those were recorded in Fort Worth in the INF Studios. At that time, it was off Evans Avenue, so that's in Morningside, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I had so much on my mind. I had to write so much, so I had to like smash in a lot of shit all in one EP, which I did. That's why it's like about 13 tracks, 10 tracks in an EP. EP's supposed to have 4 to 5 tracks or less than that, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, I have so much to say, I'm just gonna cram it all up together so y'all can hear it.
And we'll be back!
Crackhead ass, bald headed ass nigga.
Yeah, bro, let me see those eyes. Let me see those eyes. Look at her, bro.
Hey guys, look what the storm brought in last night. I was gifted with my fucking neighbor's trampoline. Also found these, the OG core.
Why do you want me to just... And then you put it on the internet and then it'll get circled around.
Part 2, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Mr. Casserole show with Primo right now, you know what I'm saying? Danny's absent, you know what I'm saying? Recently, I have decided to, release Exploit Volume 1.8. Now let me explain that and go more into detail with that. Volume 1 is on YouTube. Volume 1.8 is a physical copy you can actually own, but not right now, you know, like more into the future. But this Exploit Volume 1.8 is going to contain a whole bunch of music videos that I've produced and directed myself. It's going to have a lot of you know, behind the scenes things, and it's only gonna have episodes 2 to 10. You might ask, why don't you have the first 2 episodes? Well, honestly, I fucking deleted them like way back when I first dropped them to make some space for the rest of the episodes that I started producing. And honestly, you can just watch the first 2 episodes on YouTube. You know, they're on there. I want to give a shout out to my nigga Joe, Danny, Ingy for being a part of Exploit, especially MHGB, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to be a part of it, but they were willing to be a part of it, so I appreciate that about them. I came up with the idea because I had this thing called Behind the Scenes going on, and Behind the Scenes was me and GUAP. I documented some things before his passing when we was working on the 3530 EP, and when I was documenting those things, you know, I made sure to keep track of them because I knew that in the future they were gonna be they had to be used for something. At the time I didn't know what, but they had to be used for something. You know, most of you know that I did a interview with. I interviewed GUAP, and I was intentionally going to release it way before his death, his untimely death, because I was like, well, these people need to know what my nigga GUAP's about. You know what I'm saying? They need to know where his origins are and shit like that. And he told me that he didn't want to put it out. I was like, alright, you know, with all due respect, I won't put it out, you know, so I was like, alright, fuck it. But then, I believe it was November 3rd when, you know, the shit had popped off, you know. For the folks that don't know, my boy Ralph Gonzalez, a.k.a. GUAP, he got shot and murdered. And, like I said, it was a very untimely death, and that's when I released the interview after he passed away, which was like November 13th. I released it a few days after because I felt it was right, you know, to release the interview so people can remember him and, you know, have put a video out there for his people, not only for me, but for his people to watch over and over again, to be like, you know, to remember him, to, you know, get that that feeling that he's there, because most people don't know that he got cremated. He didn't get buried. And it's kind of hard to take in, especially for me, because I've worked with him. Even though it was one project, we worked together, and during that time, I actually got to know him very well. You know, he opened up to me, I opened up to him, and, you know, we started talking about a lot of shit that didn't even involve music. You know, it's just, you know, a bunch of personal stuff. And he let me see his world. He let me see what he was going through. Ralph, he was a good friend, good collaborator. I'm glad and I appreciate the fact that I got the chance to make music with him, a music video. I got to hang out with him. I got to know him. I got to, you know, hang out with him to the point where it's like I cherish the moment. The way I met Guap was basically Zemni. One day Zemni hit me up. He's like, yo, my homeboy Ralph, remember him? How I told you about him? He makes music and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. He's like, well, he wants to collab with you. He's gonna hit you up in a few days. I was like, cool, that sounds great. Hey, I'm all up for it. It was either February 1st or January 20 something. He hit me up, and he was like, yo, you Joel's homeboy, let's collab. I was like, bet. So on February 2nd, he came to my house. And that day, that's when we started recording the 3530 EP. Now, at that time, that day specifically, we didn't even know we was going to come up with an EP. We just was like, hey, let's just make a song. He came the next day, like ready to record, make music, all that good shit. That same day, the boy Roger came in, aka Dead Butterfly, and we tried to make some real, we tried to cook some shit up, you know, try to cook the track up. And it didn't happen because we was having some technical difficulties with the interface. So Roger left, Dead Butterfly, and Zemni came through, smoked the blunt, and that's where we made No Doubt. That track No Doubt, it was made on February 3rd. That was a Saturday, 2018. We made that track, and we was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? The next day, he came through again. Again. I was surprised because I've never, ever worked with somebody with that kind of work ethic. No diss to my niggas, but Zemni, Snake, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have that work ethic. They wasn't like me and my nigga Polo, my nigga Guap. All three of us was all into that shit. Like, nigga, if I were to hit either one of them up like, yo, let's do a track, they'd be like, let's go. And that's why I have more tracks with them than any other former 6th AVE artists out there. I only have one track with Snake, and Snake is one of the former co-founders. He's not a co-founder anymore. He left earlier last year. To be specific, like the summer of 2019, he left. I had a conversation with him. I was like, bro, we need to make some more music. We need to like really get onto this shit. And he was like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know about this rap shit. So he pulled out. He gave up. And that left me with the, you know, with the title. Like, I'm the only nigga representing 6th AVE. Zemni's out. He got out in July of 2018. He just said he wasn't feeling it no more. He just didn't want to be a part of it. You know, and he left on good terms. We still, you know, we still talk. We still, you know, play games and shit. But he left on good terms. And my nigga Dimitri, he used to be part of 6th AVE, but he left on good terms too. he felt like he wasn't a part of it because it was more like of a south side thing than a southeast thing. So he left it on good terms. I still fuck with the nigga. I mean, I played Warzone with that nigga like a couple hours ago, so we still cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? Same with Zamni. We had more former members, but you know, they left due to like, you know, fuckboy activities and shit like that. So it's basically only me in 6th AVE, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only person that actually pushes the material, promotes it, and all that shit. Everybody else has left. I know on the Shay Michelle interview I said, oh, there's like a 2-3 man group. Well, at the time it was, you know, it was me, you know, Juan Santana, Zamni, but that is all gone now. Like, you know, like they say, there's a saying out there. The worst thing in life is wasted talent. And both those niggas wasted some talent. I'm not talking shit. I'm just keeping it 1,000. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? Because they were there from the beginning. You know, this was 2012, 2013. You had Snake. You had Zamni. You had EPayne, Dimitri, FAM, J Herbs. You had 6 niggas in the group in 2013, 14. But then shit changes, shit shifts, so things change along the route. So I'm the last one to walk. I really am the last one to walk. But no hard feelings. I still respect, you know, Zamni and Juan Santana. I still fuck with them boys. But I'm the only one. And that's cool, though. You know, I guess it's cool to be the only one. So, shout out to my niggas, you know what I'm saying? Stay safe. This, you know, this pandemic is getting crazy out here. Kind of some bullshit if you ask me. We'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead to some skits, bits, commercials, whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
You're not getting $500.
And for that, bitch, Dre, fuck you, bitch. You're not gonna give me my $500. Fuck you, hoe. I'm gonna put you on blast. Everybody on Twitter, Dre Morales ain't legit. The bitch gonna tell me I'm a winner. Talking about, hey, boo, you a winner. I'm like, bitch, I better be. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the Mr. Casserole with Primo. Danny will be on the next one, or the one after that. I just want to thank everybody watching this right now. If y'all are watching right now, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, PC to DC Pictures. Make sure y'all go check out, you know, every music video I've directed and produced. Toys in the Attic, Be That, AV Part 2. Last but not least, what's going on? Y'all go check that shit out. Peace.